You wearing the sweater and a button-up shirt?
How did you know the heater was on though? Can you?
I'm just asking you.
Oh no, yeah, but the heater is on. I ain't got it on. It's a pilot on though.
Oh, okay. I was like, Grandpa, we gotta talk, man. You have the heater on and you wearing all them. You wearing the sweater and a button-up shirt?
You know the heater is on though. Outside, you know.
I'm just asking you. Hold on, I just got to.
It was kind of cool, so I put on this sweater. I've been out in my garage trying to make it integrable. Integral. Is that the word I'm using?
Integral? Integral? Integral?
Everything was on the floor. You couldn't enter unless you clean the pathway.
Integrable. Integrable.
I say integrable, yeah. That's what I try to say. But anyway, I got it halfway right, you know, half of the floor. I get the other half and then start sweeping up in there. I mean, it was sorry. It was sad sack garage. I kept putting stuff on the floor, so use the saw and lay it on the floor and don't pick it back up.
Wow.
So that's how bad I am.
Sorry, Grandpa. We just gotta get. I'm junkie too. I gotta get unjunkie.
What do you say?
I was just saying. What was I just saying? I said we both got to not be junkie. I'm saying we're junkie.
Oh. I was looking for I got a magnifying glass. I'm gonna have to bring it up and keep it up here because every time I try to read something, I can't read it because I can't see without a magnet. I got some reading glasses, but it won't read this on the bottle.
Wow.
You haven't started yet, have you?
Yeah, we're live. I'm sharing the video.
Oh, okay, we live. Oh, I was getting ready to go downstairs and get my magnifying glass.
Yeah, magnifying glass.
I want to read this on this. I got this special beer here. See, It's called Oktoberfest, and I know it's good because I'm gonna go to Oktoberfest one day.
One day, Grandpa.
I
said one day.
Yeah. You know, it's every October. That's my birthday. I don't know how long Oktoberfest lasts in Germany there, but
probably a week or a weekend, a couple days. I'd have to assume.
I just hope maybe around my birthday time that week, and I'll give myself a birthday Oktoberfest beer, Munich.
I mean, yeah, you gotta knock it out. You gotta give it a try, Grandpa.
Yeah. But anyway, that's what I wanted my magnifying glass so I could read what was on this bottle.
Right.
I'm a sad case scenario.
No, I mean since we're live.
You want me to?
Yeah, we're live now. Well, shoot, we might as well talk about it. Uncle Poohbert's gonna be late, but I mean it's let me read off a little bit from the actual thing. So Kentucky grand jury indicts one of 3 officers in fatal Breonna Taylor police shooting.
Mm-hmm.
This is breaking news.
They did indict him, eh?
Huh?
They did indict him, eh?
They indicted one of the 3.
Yeah, one of the 3, right?
Yeah, they said Kentucky grand jury has indicted former Louisville police officer Brett Hankinson on charges of wanton endangerment in the shooting of Breonna Taylor. So this isn't even a charge of murder. This is just one endangerment.
Right. I was wondering, you know, you said just the one for shooting recklessly, eh?
Yeah. So apparently it wasn't the fact that she was killed after they did a no-knock warrant in her house, right? In killing her. He's not even being charged for the crime of murder.
Oh yeah. Al, let's go downstairs and look in the garage on that shelf I put out there, you know, on that second shelf, you'll see a magnifying glass with a handle on it. Go get it from me, would you? Okay. Magnifying glass, yeah.
So a one endangerment charge is a Class D felony and carries a penalty of 1 to 5 years in prison. The charges read by Judge Annie O'Connell on Wednesday said Hankinson wantonly shot a gun into 3 apartments. So
3 apartments.
Yeah, so the police officers only getting charged because Well, when you shoot a gun and it goes through your property, it goes through walls and stuff. He's getting charged for that. He's not getting charged for murder.
Oh, okay.
That's wild.
That's real wild, man. I mean, I'm so tired. Only thing that we seem to ask for, we want accountability, but never do we get accountability.
Oh, absolutely.
If you do something, all you want to do is the same as every citizen. You put somebody before and expect accountability. If they have violated the law, then they get prosecuted. But this thing here about we want to see whether a grand jury will indict somebody. That's crap. That's why the law's gonna have to be changed. That's my personal opinion. Law's got to be changed.
Oh, absolutely, laws have to be changed. And hey, Uncle Pooh.
Yeah.
Hey.
Yeah, we already started talking about the Breonna Taylor. They just released an info.
Okay.
You heard about it? Did you read about it yet?
Sis.
Hey. You read it?
They released some info.
Yeah, they said so. Only one of the 3 cops is getting indicted, and it's not even for murder. It's for it was something. I gotta look at it then. Basically, he's getting in trouble because he shot off his gun and went through 3 apartments. So that's what he's getting in trouble for. Not for her murder, for that.
Not killing her.
Right.
Wow. I'm surprised they did that much. I actually thought you was going to say it was going to be illegal entry. Like that was it.
I think didn't they have a no-knock warrant, so it can't be illegal entry?
Oh, they have. Oh, I don't. Okay, I wasn't aware of that. All right.
Yeah, but it's. I mean, I could be lying, dude. I don't know the whole thing of the case, but I know she was in her house and had nothing to do with nothing. And
doing nothing.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, so and they're gonna basically give him a slap on the wrist, and that's it, huh?
Yeah.
Like he got a $12,000 bond right now.
Oh, okay.
Wow. So a $12,000 bond, you put up $1,200.
Right.
You only you post 10% and you leave. So that's like disrespectful. Wow.
And you already know his whatever is the Kickstarter or whatever they raised for him. Already got that money.
Yeah, they already millionaires. When you kill black people, you just become a millionaire. Right?
That's case in point, man. Since you're here now, we might as well take our moment to rate our beers. I got a beer from a place called B Nectar called Dwarf Invasion.
Okay.
Dwarf Invasion. Yeah, man. It's kind of the thing. It's from a local brewery out here in Michigan. I think it's not quite. It's on the other side of 8 Mile, so it's not Detroit. I was gonna say it's in Detroit, but it's they make a lot of meads and stuff, so this is pretty good. What about you, Grandpa?
Okay. Well, I got 5.3% alcohol in this bottle here. Oktoberfest. I was telling you.
Okay. I was wondering which one you got. All right.
Oktoberfest. I say I deserve it.
Yeah.
Birthday, I'm gonna go to Germany, to Munich. It's in October, my birthday time, and really do it up. But
that'd be nice.
I got a couple more in there. I don't know what that. I had a pumpkin. The pumpkin taste is pretty good too.
Okay, you liked them. I was worried about that one. I didn't. I was like,
the beer industry done changed considerably. You get beers, man, pumpkin beer, and it tastes like pumpkin beer.
Yeah, I wasn't sure if you was gonna dig it, but I'm glad you like it.
I tried that.
Got a twist off? Oh, okay.
Yeah. I don't know what the other. Got a couple more down there. I don't know what it was that you what was I gonna say?
I got you a variety pack.
Yeah, variety pack, right? I don't know what the other 2 was. I just seen the Oktoberfest.
I think it's 2 more lagers. I know Sam Adams Boston Lager is one of them.
I'm gonna jump to the head of the line. I done took 2 sips. This is an 8.
I see. We over here talking. You over there enjoying it.
Oh, it's good. This is an 8. I recommend the Dwarf Invasion. It's fantastic.
Okay, Dwarf Invasion. What's the name of the brewery?
B Nectar. Nectar spelled Nectar. KTAR.
I might have seen them before. Be Nectar.
Nectar. Eh? Yeah, this is a little. What do you call a beer when it's a little darker?
And I don't know, lager maybe.
Well, it's got to be an L. I think that's an
Ale.
L.
No, I did it wrong. It's one or the other.
Oh,
What are you rating it, Grandpa?
I'm gonna let me sample it here. But I'm gonna give it. See, just because it's Oktoberfest, I'm giving it a 6 to start with.
Okay.
Oh, we might.
It's gotta be good. October.
We might see our first 7 out of him. Hold on, there's a possibility.
I don't know.
Say slow down, huh?
Yeah.
All right, so I got one Pipeworks. I didn't know this was a Pipeworks. I actually didn't have high expectations for this, but now that I know it's a Pipeworks beer, I think my expectations just went up.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they make really good beer. I was prepared to give this a pre-rating of a 5, but so this is called Got You Covered. Got You Covered.
Covered. Eh?
And it is an imperial milk stout ale with lactose, coca nibs, vanilla, pretzels, and sea salt. And it's 10.5 alcohol by volume. So I'm pretty excited.
Yeah. What you saying, Grandpa?
I was gonna say this is a malt. I didn't know that. Oktoberfest, but it's a Samuel Adams malt.
Oh man, it didn't give me no head there.
That's not good. You got to get hit.
You gotta get head. What's this about?
It looks like
It is flat. It is like
that looks like a port, man.
Yeah, I didn't put it on mine. I pulled it. Watch it.
No, you had one. Look at that. Yeah, if you keep pouring it, it's gonna come up.
Here, I poured it all in there.
Wow, that quick.
Yeah, mine didn't do it at all. So I'm gonna start off with a 6.
Oh, you gonna start off with me, eh? Oh yeah, I did pour it. Did get a little head, but it disappeared. It don't last long. Yeah. All right.
Okay, this is solid.
And what did you call that beer again?
It's called Got You Covered.
Got You Covered.
Yep. Imperial milk stout, coca nibs, lactose, vanilla, pretzels, and sea salt.
Okay, this is the Oktoberfest by Samuel Adams. Josh?
Oh, yeah. So this is a dwarf invasion, but B nectar.
Oh, okay.
Well, I said this is an 8. This might move to 8. This moved up to 8.5.
Oh man, you over there?
Agree with your point. You know, I don't think I got to 7 yet, or 7.5 or something like that.
I think you're just drinking trashy beers, man. That's all.
I don't know. Ain't nothing trashy about this one.
You like it?
Oh, 6. You know.
You said it's a
Do
6.
you like it?
Mm-hmm.
All right, all right. What about you, Buncle Pooh? What you got on that?
Pretty good.
I give this a 6.5.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
It's solid.
No, it is.
It's solid. It ain't nothing to write home about, you know.
All right.
But it's 10.5 alcohol by volume, 10.5%. So by the end of the show, I should be feeling pretty good.
Oh yeah. 10.5.
Yeah, 10.5.
No, I actually said that wrong. The cash bond is $15,000.
Oh, the cash bond. So it's 150,000, huh?
Yeah, it said a cash bond. Yes. Mm-hmm. But again, that's nothing.
That's nothing. That's nothing. That's nothing. I mean, that's nothing. That's crazy.
I mean, it's absurd that they didn't try to. They're like, let's just wait a few months and let's just throw out there they shot through some walls, and only one of them. Like, Grandpa said it perfectly. There's no accountability.
It's a joke.
That's all we ever had, for some accountability, you know. If it's me, I have to, the accountability, I have to pay, you know. But otherwise, man, it's coming the other way. Nobody pays.
So that's what they say, you know, about the Black community. You know how this whole no snitching and you need to be telling. Now, I got a couple of angles on this, right? Because nobody in law enforcement snitched on anybody.
At any time.
They not snitching for nothing. So it's totally hypocritical to come into our community and say you need to be telling on everybody else when you don't tell on each other and y'all all was there. Then you hide the damn tape, you lie consistently. So like that's just hypocritical nonsense. But the difference in our community is when our people get caught, they get held accountable.
That's right. That's all we want.
We get the book thrown at us.
And if we are caught for something, we get held accountable.
Exactly. It just walking down the damn street. Like it's crazy. It's crazy. But I mean, America can no longer surprise me. So I just lied because I am surprised that a officer got any type of charge brought against him. I'm a bit shocked at that.
He got an indictment.
Yeah. Oh, wait, he got indicted?
Yeah. But like I said, it was for wantonly shooting a gun into 3 apartments. The occupants
Not murder.
The occupants of these apartments were identified by initials. None of them were BT, as in Breonna Taylor, which means the grand jury did not find that Hankinson wantonly fired into her apartment. So this dude just stood in her apartment, shot through her apartment, but she's not included in the fact that he shot her.
Included. Shot through her, but she not included.
So they're basically saying, oh, he did his job.
The American justice system is a joke. Like, and I mean, that's just is what it is. Like anybody that can't see that is just because they don't want to. It's a joke. It's a joke unless Black people are on the other side of that bench about to get the law thrown at them. Yeah. And they're going to get the whole book thrown at them.
You were speaking about snitching, right? Mm-hmm. As you go back in time, the activity on communism had a trial. Well, not a trial, but a hearing. And my former mayor of the city of Detroit, he wasn't a mayor then, he was a union man,
Coleman Young?
Coleman Young, he was the man. And he was for the trial. So one of the senators asked him about telling on somebody, and he immediately said, wait a minute, you want to snitch. I ain't no snitch. If you want to snitch, you better go look and find you a snitch because I ain't no snitch. I ain't snitching on nobody,
Right.
They're going to put him up there, because at that particular time with this communist thing, people were telling on people's lives and careers was messed up, the Al Jazeera thing, your whole career was just shot, And so you had people doing that, But Coleman Young said, wait a minute, you got the wrong person. You want to snitch. I ain't no snitch.
I ain't the one.
Yeah, he was for the Senate activities on, on American activities, He said, I ain't no snitch. Find somebody else. But I had to say that, about the snitches.
Yeah.
Snitch on your fellow man, but the blue coat in the police department snitches on nobody,
They ain't releasing no cameras. You're supposed to be able to see all this footage. They lying, they suppressing information. It's just a joke. It is an absolute travesty, actually, for like, let me talk like an American, right? Like, oh man, the Constitution, this is the greatest country ever. Liberty, justice, freedom. That's what we're all about. Except for when the police wrongly accuse you or kill you in your own home, then, it gets kind of funny because these are our beloved police officers that put their life on the line. That shit is a joke, man. Like, if you so worried about dying, don't become a damn police officer. Like, for real. Like that, it's like being a soldier and you go to war, you worried about dying. Like, maybe you shouldn't have became a soldier. Like you put yourself out there, right? And I don't want any type of harm to happen to any of the police officers, but neither do I want harm happening to a woman lying in her bed sleeping. In her home, doing nothing illegal, and she gets murdered and killed. And like, I personally think, call me crazy, but I personally think police officers should be held to a higher standard. You got the public trust in your hand. We trust you. We pay for your lifestyle. We pay for your retirement. We pay for your medical. We pay for everything about you. You are supposed to protect and serve, and you out here violating people's rights and killing them. Like, the death penalty should happen to police officers that violate their oath, and they damn sure should lose, their pension and all of that stuff. But like, well, I think when you violate the public trust like that, you should be put to death. It should be like public execution.
You just said something, man, because doctors, like police officers, take an oath too. They take a Hippocratic oath. Yeah. And if you break that oath, you're not a doctor no more.
You're not a doctor no more.
If you break that oath as a police officer, then you just get transferred.
Wait. You get fired, but you don't lose no pension, you don't lose no benefits, you don't lose nothing. You just go to the next precinct next door and get hired. And white people fund your GoFundMe and give you millions of dollars when you murder innocent people on camera. It's crazy. The most.
Let me give you something from Sergeant Jonathan Mattingly, one of the officers involved in the police killing of Breonna Taylor, said, "I know we did the legal, moral, and ethical thing that night." In an email to around 1,000 officers, he called protesters thugs and said it's good versus evil.
They evil.
He was talking on himself. He was the evil. He was talking about.
He the evil.
This is in an email.
He was the evil. Good versus evil. That's what we're doing now.
That's
evil.
I don't have enough hypocrisy in me to you know what I mean? Like, if I was a police officer, I don't have enough hypocrisy in me to be watching all of this unfold over the last 20 years, which we know it goes back 200 plus years, right? Whenever they founded the slave patrols. But I don't have enough hypocrisy in me, man, to even pretend like these people do. Like, man, listen, I'm not a proponent of heaven and hell. I don't really believe in the idea, but it's moments like this, like, I honestly and truly hope there's a hell. And I hope these people go to it. And I hope it's eternal suffering for real in the worst way. I really hope I hope I'm wrong. I hope I'm wrong about the afterlife. And I hope they get I hope God is just and they get tormented forever, like in the worst way, like pulling your toenails out. Like,
well, you heard, man, they've been talking about this for the past couple of days, that they already got the National Guard out there because they knew it was about to be some BS. They already knew it.
He had a 10 by 10 block area blocked off. I was just telling Joshua, and that's possibly, that they can control, because they knew what was going to come out when that grand jury sent the indictment out, or when they, decided on it.
But how? So let's talk about Black America. Like, when the hell are we gonna stop acting like these people are gonna act right? Like, how are we? Well, we got to get out here and vote. We got to vote. It's criminals on both sides. It's liars on both sides. It's racists on both sides. So you just gonna trade one racially overtly angry person for a racially covertly angry person? Like, what's the difference? We still not getting no justice on no levels. I know Pops is gonna say there's been so much change, but I can't tell.
Did you see the ads they had out recently? Like, I saw an ad on Twitter. It was like an ad to push for Black people to vote, and it was strippers dancing on a pole.
I saw that.
And asking, like, if you ain't voting,
get your booty to the polls.
Yes, that was the ad. I'm just sitting here, and I'm just like,
Pops, I gotta send you this.
So I'm like, it's absurd that's acceptable. That they think that's cool. Like, what person sat down in their marketing department and thought, I wonder how can we get Black people to vote? Let's not offer them anything for their vote. No, not one side decided this. Not anybody. It was just let's go to a strip club. All right, not even a strip club. Let's just get a pole. Let's get a set up. Let's get some strippers. And let's do this. This is where we're at now.
Well, this is a great idea. Yeah.
We are in the caricature universe. Like the main universe, we're not in that right now because this is true for Stranger Than Fiction. Like I thought it was a joke, right? I thought it was just someone doing a sketch or whatever. Nah, this was real. This is how they want you to vote, man. And it's like you're saying, no one's promising us anything specifically. No. You gotta give me something, man. Like it is what it is at this point. But I should stop saying it is what it is at this point. But it's like people trying to outdo how much more wild the last thing was. You know what I mean? Like they got they got Foot Locker opening up as a voting station. You know?
Yeah, I saw that. I saw it. Foot Locker. How stereotypical is all of this, right? You had the shake joint, and now you got Foot Lockers as voting stations. Like
I'm just waiting for Popeyes to promise you a free chicken sandwich when you vote.
You made Crystal run out the room.
you show up with an I voted sticker, and they give you a chicken sandwich.
Get you a chicken sandwich. Hey, that's probably next. Like, why not?
Or you go to your local liquor store, you get a 40 ounce for free.
Yeah.
You're laughing, but there was when that actually happened.
What?
Now you see a lot of people going to schools and voting here, but they used to have voting booths, and they would bring them in every year on a truck, and the people would vote there, right? It's just a temporary, they bought like it wasn't even big as a garage, about the half of size garage, but it was a voting place where you went in and voted, and they were green booths. But the guy, if you go into a neighborhood where somebody, got a little beer garden on the corner, and the guy buy votes, vote for me and take this tab down there and go get you a beer. So you can buy a vote.
Hey, if Trump dropped them chicken sandwiches, I think he gonna win the black vote. Folks went crazy over that damn chicken sandwich.
I remember I saw people saying when they got that first stimulus check,
Popeyes.
when that first $1,200 stimulus check came out, people were like, "Oh, he got my vote," and I'm just like, y'all are just saying.
I didn't never hear that. Popeye chicken.
You never had Popeye chicken sandwich, Grandpa?
I didn't hear about Trump and Popeye chicken.
Oh no. I said if he said you would get a free Popeye chicken. I haven't had the chicken sandwich, and I won't ever have it because I won't eat at Popeyes because every Popeyes I've ever been in is like the most filthiest place I've ever seen. I don't know how people eat there. Like
that's the seasoning.
Man, they have no hygiene standards in that organization anywhere. Like everyone I've been in has just been crazy dirty. It's like I'm not eating in here. I'll leave. Like I don't even go in Popeyes no more. Like
that's the first I heard. I like Popeye chicken. I wasn't noticing.
Yeah.
I've heard that. I've been to Church's Chicken like that. Church's Chicken has been nasty.
Well, Church's Chicken, we had one. Remember up on Michigan Avenue?
Michigan Avenue.
And they closed that thing down.
Popeye's up there on Telegraph, right there by Walmart.
Oh yeah, that's.
I like Popeye chicken, so I try to overlook that what it looked like on the inside. Think about the chicken.
Well, apparently they chicken sandwich. They got a new chicken sandwich they released in the last, 12 to 18 months. It's supposed to be amazing.
Look, let's get back on topic because now we just talking about chicken.
Now we're talking about food. Yeah.
But yeah, man, I kind of halfway expected this because I'm one of those people where the longer it takes for a verdict to come, normally the more they kind of go through hoops to lessen the blow, or in our case, if it was the other way around, to increase the punishment. But it's like it's not like this hasn't been campaigned for months. Like you've seen it in the news, you've seen it on shirts, celebrities, people have been talking about justice for Breonna Taylor, and it's almost like they just kind of thought it would just go away.
Yeah,
because it didn't go away, they just threw something on there like, well, he shot through some walls, let's give it to you. He'll get in trouble somehow, but I mean, it's nothing's going to really happen, and I don't know what other like I keep saying, we gotta lobby together. We gotta lobby together. We gotta do some stuff, man, because it's like you say a lot, man. We all we got, like
Bruh,
as
we the
mentioned.
ones we've been waiting for. But black folks don't want to hear what we really got to do. It's black power. Ain't nothing else. It ain't nothing else to do. It ain't nothing else to. We've tried everything else. We've tried voting. We tried waiting. We tried being patient. We tried. We turned the other cheek. We got dog sick on us. We got the water hoses. They shooting us on social media. They beat us. They beat Rodney King. They beat us each and every day. The judicial system is destroying us. The political system ain't never gave a damn about us. Trump about to put another racist into the Supreme Court. I ain't convinced that Joe Biden is gonna win, and he ain't gonna do a damn thing for us anyway. What's her name? The VP then locked up more black men than probably any of all them white men on the stage combined. Like, man, listen.
It does seem tumultuous. I hope I use that word right. But
I'll buy it. I'll allow it.
But it's a lot, man. Like I also wanted to bring up the fact that you brought up Trump. You saw that Patriot education you're trying to push through. You hear about this grandpa Patriot education in response to the 1619 project? Like we can't teach these black people about their history or anything positive. So let's get this Patriot education going on, which I can't even fathom what that's going to be.
I mean, how could it be more racist and white leaning than the current U.S. educational system?
Well, the teachers
will can't even get any further right leaning, or no, I don't even like that right leaning. I'll say white leaning.
Your guest speaker will be a grand wizard. He will come in full garb.
Well, shit, Betsy DeVos gotta be a grand wizard, or at least an honorary grand wizard. So you already got her running the thing. Trump is a wizard. His granddaddy was like in the KKK, right? Like officially.
To be fair about that, I don't think women can be grand wizards in the KKK. I think that's part of the bylaws.
Oh, that's why I said honorary.
Oh, okay. That was. You get sexisms in there too, so you can't.
Oh yeah, I'm pretty sure all the isms. But I don't know. Let me get to a fun topic real quick. Okay. Hey, Dad, I can't wait for my steak because it's coming.
You know what? My faith is kind of diminishing somewhat.
Oh.
Well, I said a couple of months out, this is the way I figured it. That Russian thing about that money, and everybody know that Trump owed Putin them some money. He bought about 150.
Pulling them or putting them?
Putting them.
He said, "Pulling them."
Okay.
I wish you owed me some money. I can get some favors out of it.
$1 billion came through the Deutsche Bank, and they said, well, some Russian oligarchs, right? They put the money up. Well, what is it? Trace that money, 150 million. That's why come Trump sitting next to Putin and smile, I'm all right. I ain't gonna say nothing out of line, I'm not gonna do this. He got him, but I still hope that I got one more chance. If that finance, Trump never revealed his finances. If that finance come out, all we want to do is get this evidence that he did get this money from Putin. That's all I want. And he'll resign in disgrace, just like Nixon did. Nixon did way less than what Trump did. And he
ain't no way. Grandpa, I'm gonna go Pillsbury side of this way. No, like it would take a literal act of God coming down or coming from wherever God is to take Trump off office at this point. Like it's like he's done everything. Grandpa.
Nobody wants to talk about the money. Trump wants that Grandpa in Moscow, and he figure he gonna get whether he win or lose the election. As long as that finance don't come up, he gonna build him a Trump Tower there in Moscow.
Grandpa, Trump has done literally everything you can do to get kicked out of office and get kicked out.
I'm saying this would be
I'm telling you, he's gonna finish his term. Like it's nothing gonna happen to him before he gets out of office. And like You know, there was a time when I believed, I was like, you know what, Grandpa might be right. He might be onto something because stuff was coming left and right, and it's just like nothing happened.
But nothing.
Teflon Don, man.
No one even talked about
The blonde Don.
when they said Mueller didn't investigate the finance when he had that special prosecutor, right? He didn't even, him and Comey, either one of them went into the finances. That wasn't even in the thing, in the investigation. If they had went in there, Trump would have long been gone, you know.
Man, Trump know where the body's buried, man. Ain't nobody about to rat this boy out. He the most gangster in the country, boy. Because if you even if you frown at him, he throwing the book at you, man. Hey, but you know what I love about Trump? You know I'm not a Barack Obama fan. I'm not like a Barack Obama hater, but I don't love him like the black community praises and pays homage to him. But I love how Trump makes all of the talk about Obama trash. He can't do nothing. He couldn't do anything. His hands were tied. Man, this boy Trump, they told me it ain't no dictators, man. This boy do whatever he feel like it. And the Democrats cry bitch and moan about it, but they don't do nothing about it. And then the next week come and then he just do something else that he ain't supposed to be able to do. So to me, it just highlights 8 years of where was Obama at? Like what? Where was he at? Why wasn't he using that executive order? They told me the president had checks and balances. George Bush appeared. I followed politics a lot less then, but Bush appeared to do whatever the hell he wanted to do. Then all of a sudden, the black guy couldn't do anything. And now here we go again with another Republican president doing whatever the hell he feel like doing.
He did things. He just didn't do anything specifically for black people.
Yeah, good point. Good point.
As a matter of fact, in the 8 years, hold on, grab really quick.
Three parts of government supposed to be equal parts of government, and he controlling the United States Senate, and you can't even get no legislation through unless the Senate vote on it.
So what about the first 2 years when he had the House and the Senate? Like this, I don't understand that.
Grandpa.
How everybody just overlooks that. He had 2 years with the president, the House, and the Senate, and he ain't do nothing but wait until he lost the Senate, and then it's like, oh, let's push healthcare through.
I'm gonna shoot holes in.
He did more than that. He made an executive order for DACA.
The parties, the Republican Party and the Democrat. Now, Obama was a Democrat, right? But there were some people in the party weren't Democrats. They were Dixiecrats. So this is why Obama couldn't do nothing. He got all them folks, man. The same thing going on now. We got people, man. The solid used to be the old solid South, and we're gonna vote Democrat. Now every one of them Republican. We voting all Republican. Look at the Senate. The Senate standing there ain't nothing but a bunch of Dixiecrats standing out there.
Grandpa.
Well, I give you that. The Republicans have the majority in the Senate.
Got these corrupt people in both of them, Democrats and Republicans. We got some Democrats.
Oh, also,
huh?
So what I hear you saying is the Democratic Party ain't shit either.
Okay.
Oh, okay. That's all I wanted the admission, because that's all I keep saying is because all this you gotta vote crap is trash. So you either get one slave master or you get the other one. Like you ain't getting no choice.
Yeah. Well, all politics is local now. See, you may not like the president, but it may be somebody in your particular district or whatever that you can depend on to deliver.
Well, like I was saying, he did do things that just weren't for black people. He improved gay rights. He helped foreigners. It's just that when black people asked for something, he sang "Amazing Grace" and told black people he couldn't do this specifically for them.
Hey man, he sang pretty good too, don't it?
Yeah, but you're not helping your point. But when you said that, I know you said that to be. I know you said it to be funny, but you know that's not good. That's not good. But what I'm saying is,
Democrats didn't go to the Republican Party. They're still in the Democratic Party.
But Grandpa, you're ignoring the greater point. The greater point is when he said he couldn't do anything just for black people. There was one thing in particular that I thought he could have did that was really simple. So when he was in office, the FBI gave him a report that this is you can look this up yourself because it's on file. You can look, the government has it out. It's not classified or anything. They had the names of all, if not most of, law enforcement agencies that had white supremacist affiliation. So like if you were somebody who was a KKK member or you were affiliated with somebody with a KKK member, they had you on this list. So all he had to do, make an executive order saying anyone who's affiliated with white supremacy or any terrorist organization, if you want to make it fair, so you can like push it through easier, cannot be a part of law enforcement. That's a real simple thing he could have did because he had the list. The FBI had it. The FBI had it when he was in office. It's a layup. That's all you had to do. He didn't do it.
But you would have lost 90% of the work of the police force.
The writers around him telling him.
No, but I'm saying if you're going to run on a platform of if you're going to run on a platform of equality and making people's lives better, that's one easy, painstaking thing that you could do to reform law enforcement real quick. You had the names, you knew what agencies these people were in. You can't be a law enforcement anymore. But he didn't do it. No one's done it. Like Trump got the same list. Like this thing is old.
Yeah, they won't. But the FBI been warning that for what 100 years now. Like, man, this country full of shit, man. The older I get, I used to be like, oh, I don't want to get old, but I love aging now because the older you get, the more you just don't give a damn no more. Like, I don't got the same dreams I had when I was 15, 25 years old. Now I just don't want my kids to grow up or my grandkids to grow up to be shot and killed. I think that is like a ridiculous thought that I gotta have as a citizen, as a taxpaying citizen. Hold on. Let me floss a little bit. As an employer in this damn country that pay taxes, that pay employment taxes, that pay all types of damn taxes that drives me up the wall, I gotta sit around and worry about my kids and grandkids going outside and being shot and killed by the damn police. Like that is, if there's nothing else that's utterly unacceptable about this country, that's utterly unacceptable.
Hey, what about your nieces and nephews? No,
right. Yeah, right. Right. All of them too, right? Like, I mean, but it's ridiculous, man. And I don't know, man. The only solution for black people is for black people to start taking care of black people. It ain't nothing else. This country ain't never did nothing.
Now we got to segue into the banking system.
Oh shit!
You saw, what was it, Wells Fargo?
Oh.
You can't find a talented black person, and I'm just like, that's translation for, hey, only white people can fail up. Like we can't, like you, like that's just wild. Like what is
Pops,
talent?
Are you familiar with that story?
Me?
Yeah.
No, go ahead.
So go give Pops the background, Sean.
So the CEO of Wells Fargo, I believe, said very recently, we don't have more diversity, and I'm paraphrasing, we don't have more diversity because we just couldn't find talented black and brown people. And this is the same company that was fined hundreds of millions of dollars for unsavory business practices, because I don't know the whole story. And
that was that mortgage scandal, that loan scam, predatory lending, and all that when the housing market crashed.
Yeah.
But the Wells Fargo guy he just echoing what the majority of the Fortune 500 or the Fortune 1000 who employ like 50% of America feels. It ain't no talented black people to hire to put them in these positions of leadership. They don't exist. Black people are intellectually inferior. That was that dog whistle. They you know how they are. They we can't bring them in here and be thinking doing math around money. Little greedy Negroes that always are stealing and horny. Like, nah, we can't do that.
Can't be allowed. And he did his little dime store apology, and nothing else is going to come of it.
Nothing else going to come of it.
And it tends to make me like, me and Liz been talking about it, man. Man, we gotta. Black banking has to be a priority too, man. We gotta get the whole thing together now. And I remember you were talking about the monolith thing before, black people not being a monolith, or people say that or whatever. And when you're in a war, right? Because we are in a war essentially for our lives. You need to be a monolith because that's how you're gonna survive. You can't have weak flanks of a bunch of people over here doing this, that, and the third. You need to be together. You need to be like, hey man, I know we got differences of, Popeyes and Church's chicken, but let's come together as black people.
Hey, we'll after we solve this major issue, we'll circle back to that.
Exactly. And
What'd you say, Pops?
I said, yeah, so we can make America great again.
Yeah.
Rally there with all the people out there. Not one, all through all them people, not one of us would want to make America great again. Something wrong with that picture?
well, yeah, I mean,
Very much wrong.
Especially especially once you consider the country has never been great.
If anything substance to it, everybody be out there, let's make America great again. But when you're talking, the dog whistle talk, no, you ain't gonna have me out there with them with no sign.
Now, if the sign said "Make America Great," I could get behind that.
Yeah.
But again, that implies that it's been great before. It hasn't. It was founded on violence, on stolen land and stolen people, and it ain't never treated them equally or right since they haven't even made reparations to the people that they've wronged. It's never been great. It's always been a shitty ass country. That's what it is. Oh, and that hurt. And then I made
something except us. And the Indians got something. You got the casino.
Well, that's what I'm saying. But we citizens, right? So then it can't be great if you don't take care of your citizens. And then that whole Indian thing is garbage anyway. They gave them money, took land, and then they constantly raping and pillaging the Indians on their reservations currently, even today. Like with the pipelines that they running through their lands. How you gonna give me the land and you gonna tell me that you about to run some pipes under our water, our natural habitat? I say no, you do it anyway. That ain't, I mean, man, this country ain't shit, man. I mean, and I always say, if people hear me say that and get offended, why are you offended at me? Why aren't you offended? Why aren't you figuring out why I feel this way? I'm a tax-paying citizen. I'm a honest, I'm a hardworking taxpayer that don't do any crimes. Why don't you find out why I feel this way? That's a lie anyway. Not a lie, because you know why I feel this way. You just don't give a damn. That's the point.
No, man,
that's what makes the country ain't shit.
I'm on my platform, dude, of saying that I think, in order for things to be fair, man, black people in mass need to be able to fail up too. I'm tired of hearing the narrative we gotta be twice as good to get half as much. I want to do half as much to get twice as much now. Like that's how you catch up. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like it's like no longer should it have to be exceptional. Like we shouldn't have to live in a world where an exceptional Negro, another story from rags to riches. It should be just like any Tom, Dick, and Harry who had an idea or whatever, and people want to pay for it. Hey man, be successful. I don't want to hear any more of these horror stories where I had to go through all this. Just be successful. I just want our people to be successful because of how like well documented our failures have been. Like I don't need to see is like no. Granted, I love people to be educated. I love people this that and there to be quote unquote informed and stuff. But it shouldn't my only point is it shouldn't be a battle for you to get scraps. That to me that's what fairness is.
But Josh, you're talking about equality. Like America's not about equality for people that look like you. Come on, man. You want them to do the right thing? Like, like, come on.
Yeah, but I'm just so it was this really came up when I was thinking about people were having disagreements about Tyler Perry, and I was telling people, I'm like, I don't gotta like the cookies to enjoy his bakery. Like, his movies may not be great to me, but the fact that he has this opportunity to make other people be successful, hey man, you don't gotta be great. You don't have to make great movies, but the fact that you're, that now some of the stuff he's done, I don't agree with and I don't support.
I hate the Medea stuff.
Yeah, but at the same time, some of those actors have done well for themselves since being in those movies, like who have been given the opportunity to be in other films.
Well, like they said, what Tyler Perry's impact on what he's really going to do will come out in the next 50 to 100 years.
Right.
From what he's built. Like he just laid a foundation. That's why I pay him honor and respect. I always say, because I refused to watch his stuff. I refused to purchase it. Tyler Perry.
Oh, Tyler Perry.
Yeah, he make those Medea movies where he dress up like the old black woman, loud black woman, all that stereotypical stuff, that buffoonery. But to his credit, I always say Tyler Perry was playing chess. I was playing checkers.
Right.
That boy had he was doing something else. He just manipulated the system to get enough money to start to build his own Hollywood. And hey, hats off. Hey man, I admit when I didn't see it, so that was
and that's my ultimate point, man. There's going to be everything doesn't need to be elite in order to make money. Like there's people who write happy birthday, like this is a real thing. There's a guy who writes happy birthday on potatoes and sends them to people as gag gifts, makes $1 million doing that. And it's just like,
I got some potatoes.
But I'm saying is like that's just a regular dude, right? And I think regular black people need to understand that we don't need or have to be or shouldn't have to be professors and things like that, all of us, in order to be successful. Like we should somehow teach people that there's ways to be great. There's ways to make money. There's ways to do this, that, and third. And no, not everyone's going to be a billionaire. That's not going to happen. There's not enough money in the world for everybody to be a billionaire. But there can be a lot of high-end thousandaires. There can be a lot of low-end millionaires. Like people can do, like for example, so is it like 40 million, 44 million black people in America, and there's about 20 million white millionaires. So if there could be 20 million white millionaires in this system that has however many people in it, or like 400 million people in it, it's like 5% of America. So that's the idea that we have to be this excellent people all the time in order to get a product or get a job out there. That doesn't make sense. And we should be able to teach people that your worth isn't equivalent to what your job status is. What your worth is if you're a good person. And what you do and work hard to be able to establish yourself, to take care of yourself, if that's what you're able to do, that should be good enough.
And but that's been black folks' salvation, right? Because that's all we push and talk about. Because we don't listen to Malcolm X, we didn't listen to Marcus Garvey. We not on do for self anymore. So now it's just like, let's live a good life. What you think, Pops? I don't know. Let me let you in.
I'm listening. Continue.
I got a question for you. Oh, go ahead.
No, I said what I was going to say. I forgot. I got to think about it again.
Let me shake your brain up, because like I was listening to Malcolm X, The Ballot or the Bullet, the other day, and he gave this speech in 1954, right? 56? Maybe 1956, 1954. One of them.
Sure.
But the Ballot or the Bullet, because the election was coming up. What are y'all gonna do? He kept talking about how we got a great opportunity right here. He was basically saying we got the Democratic Party by the balls. If we don't vote Democrat, they lose. They know it, we know it. All we gotta do is hold our vote and not just say, I vote Democrat, let me vote Democrat. Just say, hey, we gonna need some stuff before we give you our vote, or we're not gonna vote for Trump. We just gonna not vote and let him win. Or you gonna make some actual promises and guarantees to us, because you already know if our demographic don't vote for you, you lost. So in I'm gonna say 54, we were in the exact same situation that we're in today. And the question is, are we gonna do the same dumbass thing that we did in 1954 and just give the Democrats the vote without any promises, without anything?
You've got to remember, in 1954, the Democrat would have you looking at the Republican side. In 1954, the Solid South, they controlled the Democratic Party. The only thing that a lot of times black people voted for because of unionism, where you can get at least a fair shake at a job or something. But the whole thing, man, you know what I did in 1952? I voted Republican. You know why? Because I went for the crap that they were talking about taking money and putting it in the industry, and the industry gonna make jobs. See, instead of the thing, Democrats were saying, put the money to the people and let them spend it in, consumer goods, and that makes jobs, But the Republicans seem to have a good idea, but they lied. They didn't do what they said they were gonna do. They didn't take that money and build factories and things. They took that money and laid folks off, man, and put the money in the banks overseas at the beginning of Cayman Island crap, you know. So they always tell you one thing, the conservative thing sounds good, but they never do it. You take right now to the day, all the things they said they don't do. They said they're gonna create jobs. You wind up paying off all the folks that stole all the damn money, you know, in the housing industry and everything. You know, create jobs, man. They put folks, man, out of their houses.
Mm-hmm.
Because the Republican Party is corrupting their thought. They say one thing they're gonna do, but they never do it. Everything we ever had from Social Security right on down the line, ain't no Republican's name on that. No Republican's name on none of that stuff. You take right down through what we've got. They say this is socialism. Every country got some socialism. You got countries over in Europe, ain't nothing but socialist countries. But the thing about socialism, at least one thing with socialism, you do get a fair shake at the welfare.
First of all, I'm a socialist.
Okay.
So I don't view it like a bad thing. I think I think social capitalism is an intelligent way for a country to govern and to take care of its people.
What is social capitalism?
Huh?
What is social capitalism?
Pretty much what Europe is doing.
Yeah.
We go this whole ideal of a net, safety net. We gonna give the people.
Gotta have a social conscience in capitalism, and it's okay. But you can't take all the money. Just like right now, we got 750 billionaires. Is that capitalism, social capitalism? No, because all the folks ain't got shit. Ain't for so much money, you just moving one power to the other. You got folks, man, they ain't got a dime in the bank for next week.
Right.
So
750. Break down what you're saying.
We got 750 billionaires in this country alone. And then you got all these folks, I mean, we got what, 340 something million people, and they all, a few people getting by. You got that between, you know, you got a barrier between the rich and the have-nots. Now it used to be middle class, but it's gradually disappearing. You got rich and poor almost now.
Basically what I'm saying, Josh, is in the richest country, quote unquote, the richest country in the world, at least for the next decade, maybe, until China decide to just officially take over everything. You, instead of having Jeff Bezos with umpteen gazillion trillion dollars, he just might have a gazillion dollars, right? Because some of that money is going to take care of the bottom half of the people, right? The people are your assets in the country, so you just take care of them. So there's a safety net, right? So I like the concept that Europe runs with healthcare and school through university, and then after that, hey, I can go with, you know, you're kind of on your own, like, but just being a citizen of this country, you got certain rights, right? You got the right to healthcare and you got the right to education. Like, I can help you breathe and I can help you feed your brain. All right, now you got to get out and hustle and do your thing. This country has enough money, it has enough resources to make all of that work. Now, in certain sectors, people couldn't get ultra rich, right? Like you in the medical industry, that would kind of change things as far as pharmaceuticals and all of that stuff, right? So all of those good $1 trillion would, it's not that you can't make any money, it's just you can't become Jeff Bezos, right? With a cap on it. Then if you're truly talented and you're a money maker, you'll just move into a different industry and go make that money, right? Or you'll it's not that in Europe, nobody in medicine makes money, don't make no money, right? Like there are rich European creators of medicine and antidotes and what is it called?
Viruses?
Yeah, I was gonna say virus, but what solves the virus? What fixes it? Vaccines, right? Yeah. It's not that it's because the argument is, if we do that, it's gonna kill creativity and, you know, the market needs and all of this shit. Like, it's all garbage, right? But if you're a country, if you're a compassionate group of God-fearing people that the American individuals claim to be, then why not? I don't have any problem paying more taxes to make sure that my neighbor's child can eat. I'm okay with that. You know, I already pay too much taxes and my neighbor's child is damn starving. So when I see the little boy, I gotta go give him some food any damn way. And I'm being overtaxed and they ain't even getting nothing from it. So I believe that you need like a social, I believe in a social safety net. I don't think we should have homeless people. I'm okay with paying a bit more for my beer. You add an extra tax to my beer if we can make sure that the children are fed or the homeless get a place to sleep. I'm okay with that. And I'm not a Christian. I'm not a God-fearing individual at all.
That's the same.
But I'm a person with humanity. I got compassion. Like, that's all you need to act right in this world. Compassion in a sense of morality. Morality don't come from religion. And that's clear based upon watching how the United States acts. Because all they talk about is God and Christianity and a love of man, but they don't do anything about it. It's just talk.
I'm going to revert back to the McDonald's. And you just mentioned
McDonald's.
If a person works at McDonald's for a living, shouldn't he be getting a living wage? Everybody should be able to get a living wage. There ain't none of this stuff about you gonna get this, you get minimum wage. No, you get a living wage, whatever your job is, you get a living wage. If I'm sweeping at McDonald's, ain't no different from me sweeping in the street. But you should be able to make a living out of that. And people can't do it. They say, well, this is for college. That's bull crap. A lot of people work at McDonald's, man, for a living. They don't be going to no school, no nothing. They just be trying to survive. A two-party thing where the husband got a job, they ain't paying much, and then the wife got to get a job, so she goes to McDonald's. But all they're trying to do is get a living wage. And they keep.
Man, I gotta.
About socialism, you were talking. One of the most socialist countries in the world is the Netherlands, and check it out. Now, if it's working over there for them is so good, why in the hell do we keep on getting these countries made that might be somewhat Afrocentric or African descended people? Why are we fighting their socialism when we don't fight the other socialism?
Yeah.
You take Venezuela, you take Brazil, you take all these countries, you take Cuba, especially Cuba. You was at Cuba, you went there, right?
Yes.
All that people want to do is make it, and they doing things that for social. I gotta wind down.
That's why I came in. I heard it and I was like,
what they talking about?
I never hear
out of South America once when Chile was trying to get a little social program going with Allendez. They got him out of there and put Pinochet in there, who was a dictator. He was killing folks left and right. But it was okay. The same thing with Cuba. They're killing folks over in Cuba because all they wanted was to learn to read and write. You know, Castro talking about how to read and write. They call him a dictator or a terrorist. You know, what's going on there? You know, if it's good over here, it should be good over here too. You know, all down.
I'm starting to believe Grandpa and Castro knew each other personally.
Hey, Salvador, remember with Ortega down in El Salvador? All he wanted to do was do something for his people. The Contras over there, and we financing the Contras because they want to overthrow this socialist system. What kind of stupid stuff is that?
But hey, Josh, you made a comment about Castro. Like, man, go do your homework on this dude. Like, every African on this planet and all of the descendants, we should all have pictures of Castro on our wall.
You absolutely.
Castro and Che we should have pictures of these men on our wall. Huh?
I will say, like, I always have very conflicted emotions, but the more like I read and research, the more I'm like, like, who do I believe? What do I know?
Get back to that Castro with that.
I'm a crazy fan. In fact, I'm about to order me a picture of Castro.
50% literacy rate, right? Castro come in there and he went and took the students and put them in every home, and it went from 50% to 99%, the most literate country in the whole world, you know. Then you're going to call him a traitor when Batista was over there killing black folks left and right, 20 or 30,000. He got marks on his belt, how many he done killed. And then stole all the money and went back to Spain.
Castro is so dope because when you look at all the liberations of African countries, you will find Cuban soldiers was in there training all of these revolutionaries throughout Africa. And he was sending medical doctors throughout Africa and throughout the world. They still do it, servicing the world. Even if you disagree and don't like them, they still send help because they help people. That's what they are about. It's a beautiful thing. Man, Castro, that dude, man. Castro and Shay, they both that dude, like for real. But the reason Castro is demonized and Nelson Mandela is uplifted is because when they both came in control of power, Castro held everybody that was doing all that bullshit under Batista accountable, and he kicked their ass out or he killed them. Yeah. Nelson Mandela didn't do nothing. He allowed all them white people to keep.
It wasn't for the revolution when they found out that he was going to institute some social program. So Castro would say they ain't part of the revolution. He rounded all them folks up who were trying to dismantle his system. He said, we got no need for him, you know.
Yeah. But that's why they hate Castro. This is why he's demonized. That's why the whole the media industry and the educational industry demonizes him and uplifts Mandela. Mandela didn't even give them white boys a smack on the wrist. He didn't even make them apologize. He didn't make them give shit back. He sat in jail for 27 years and just said, well, let's just figure out how to get along. And Castro got in power and said, man, we either chopping your head off or you getting the hell out of here, one or the other. And that's why they demonize.
We got power down, man. I gotta get back to work. So we gotta wind down this episode.
We get fired up, man.
We gotta wind up. Yeah, you know, every this how it happens, man. Every other episode, y'all start talking about Cuba, and it goes off in this tangent. All right,
let Pops close it out there.
Yeah, I was gonna say this about Zimbabwe. Zimbabwe tried to do the exact opposite of what Castro did. I mean, what Mandela did. They demonized the man because he said the land was taken from the people. Get the people the land back that was taken from them. The United States said, well, we're going to help pay some of the money for the landowner losing the thing, but they never kicked in, you know. Then they say, Mugabe, we got to get him out of there. You know, all these things, get people back the land you took from them.
Yeah, all of a sudden he's a dictator that needs to go. As if Putin ain't been in office all this time. Ain't nobody talking about he gotta go.
Okay, well, Uncle Pooh, give you a final thought or plug something and do the thing.
Yeah. I don't know, man. I just had a good time. Good conversation, man. Just good times, get some stuff off your chest. So I don't know. I'll always say go do your real homework on Castro. How about that? That's how I close.
I'm gonna jump in before Grandpa says his. Everybody watching this, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. I keep forgetting to say this. And shout out to my boy. He started his own podcast called Couch Boys Radio. Couch Boys spelled BOYZ Radio. Look for that up. That's a good podcast. These guys are great. And Grandpa, give your final thought so we can wind up.
I just pulled up Castro posters over here.
Oh of course.
Let's not just stop at Castro. Let's go back. When the United States took Cuba from Spain, they take it from there. When you will see when they took the Philippines, the United States bought the Philippines for what, $20 million, you know, after they went in there and was fighting, you know, because
we own the Philippines. We own the Philippines.
I can't hear.
I said we own the Philippines.
Yeah. We got it from Spain with Puerto Rico and Cuba.
Dude, I'm thinking
we got all that stuff, and they paid Spain $20 million after they was fighting with them, because the Philippines was fighting, you know, to get them colonialists out of their country. We come in there and they make it no better.
Well, here's with your last thought, Grandpa. Here's with your last thought.
Yeah, my last thought was just go back beyond when we took Cuba from Spain. And then take them there. And we're not a very generous country. You find that out. That's it for me.
All right. Well, we'll see you guys next week. I'm not sure what the topic will be. We'll figure out something. And
I didn't know that. My bad, Josh. But yeah, the Treaty of Paris, 1898. Puerto Rico, Philippines, and Guam to the United States for the sum of $20 million, and Cuba became a protectorate of the United States. I got some homework to do.
And I got some homework. 90 miles off the coast. 90 miles.
Oh yeah. We go to Cuba next episode, Josh.
This is the third Cuba episode, man. Can't be doing this. All right, y'all. We'll see you guys next week. Maybe we'll talk about Cuba again.
Get your.
Man, we gotta close the show. I gotta go back to work.
They ain't never done nothing to it.
Pops, I'm about to call you.
All right.
I'm about to call you.
I'll talk to y'all later.
Get your phone. Josh got to go. I will call you. We're going to keep going.
Okay.
I'll talk to y'all later. See ya.